Never seen anyone like you. I remember seeing you smother yourself in Vaseline, making it too difficult for defenders to get a hand on you. Do you enjoy being difficult? Do you enjoy being this guy?
Yeah, like I say, I do enjoy like being different. That particular instance, I love this where Nate Miles just whacks it on my face. Good on him.
You deserve that, by the way.
Yeah, good on him. Yeah, good for him. I did genuinely enjoy that. No, that came from just one of my younger coaches. He actually used to put cooking oil on our legs, that like progressed to Vaseline. And when I get to Canterbury, they're like, why is he putting Vaseline on his leg? Anyway, one of the trainers did it. I think that was, for whatever reason, that particular day, it was a different trainer. So he's just caked me in it. You're only meant to put a little bit on, but obviously he's gone over the top. I don't know, it was just one little extra thing to make things more awkward and more difficult for opposition players.
Making it more awkward, making it more difficult, making it more challenging, always thinking outside of the convention that is rugby league. You then thrive in the personal battle. You had a bell-ringing battle with Sam Burgess. Now, is that a who's the alpha Englishman here thing, or is that just a I'm going to take on the biggest guy I can and make sure that we have this running battle?
Look, I think I recognised how good he was and how important he was for Souths, and you know, we both played in the middle, so we were going to come into contact with each other. It meant everything to him to play for South Sydney, and it meant everything for me to play to Canterbury as well. So I wanted to do the best for my team. He wanted to do the best for his team. So sometimes that's going to collide, and I guess it did on a couple of times. The
aggression and the intent was there for everyone to see. Did you know each other back in England?
Yeah, we'd had a couple of England camps together and Great Britain camps together, so we were pretty good mates, and I don't know, we enjoyed getting amongst it together.
Just looking vision of that 2014 grand final, from the kickoff, you deliver one of the most damaging and devastating hits that we have seen in the history of the game. It shatters his face. Was your intent just to really rattle him?
Look, it was a strange thing, that, because we won the toss. I did the toss. We won it. I wanted to kick off because I knew I wanted to go and try and get some action. And I said to Trent, kick it to the right. Before we went out, kick it right, because I prefer my right shoulder over my left shoulder. So I was going out there, and I knew I was going for some action. But then I looked, and Sam plays 13, and he probably shouldn't have been there. But I knew that, well, he's going like, no, I want some action too. So I remember looking down and just thinking, oh God, this is it, here we go. Do you remember he ran that ball in off the dropout at McInnes and Tony Williams?
Yeah.
I thought, this is what's coming, like, you're gonna have to face this, so you better get down there. Obviously my intent was to try and put on as big a tackle as possible and start the grand final how like we meant to go on. You know, unfortunately there was a head clash. It was totally unintentional.
That collision echoes, you know, through the years now. We still look back on it. Have you spoken about it with him?
Yeah, like briefly, obviously there after the game, I was, you know, concerned for his welfare and how he was, and you know, one of the scrums I was saying like, mate, it looks bad, you know, I think I referred to him as having a face like a drop pie at the time.
Looked really bad.
Yeah, and then, you know, he was kind enough to give me a call, which I thought was, yeah, speaks volumes about his character. And it comes back to, look, it was unintentional, the consequences. And yeah, it was just two lads that were trying to do the best for their clubs.
What about some of your teammates over the years? I mean, everyone says that you're the bloke they want to stand beside. You're the one that they feel comforted when they see you in the dressing room. Who's that person for you?
Yeah, it's a good question, and it's so hard to single any one particular person out. And there's been so many across the years. Even like just thinking about it now, the one that sort of springs to mind because it's so recent is Cameron McInnes. Like, he is just a warrior. He is not right in the head the way he applies himself, like such a little body, but he brings the most amount of line speed. He wants to talking earlier about like where we stand off the kickoffs to want to go and get action. He wants to go and get action. I'm like, Cam, mate, you're the 9. You should be on the long side. Like a lot of 9s that play 80 minutes look to look for preservation and longevity and time. You know, not knocking anyone, but so Cameron Smith, for example, he would kick off, and that's not a criticism here, but Cam McInnes, he's like, no, I wouldn't want to kick off. I just want to go get down there, and he wants to go and make 60 tackles a game.
Mick Ennis, definitely a favourite 9 of yours. Was he about the self-preservation, or did he play above his weight pound for pound?
Yeah, he was definitely pound for pound. Like I brought up that tackle earlier where that dropout, and I was on the bench at the time, and it was almost like it was happening in slow motion. I seen like Sam running, like carrying the ball, like not how you're supposed to carry it, and just making a beeline for Mick. I'm just going, this might not end well. It was just like, nah, I'm just going to put it all out there. And Mick was great for that, and probably doesn't realise it, but he taught me so much about leadership and the type of person you should aspire to be.